What's up, world? Thank you for tuning in. This is the only reason for the gunplay. Real Talk 101, the Gangster Channel. The Awakening. If you guys really want to know what all the homosexuality has come from, I advise you guys to look up Michael Swiftly and the Gay Agenda. That was a document recorded around in the mid 1986. So when you guys pull this up, Michael Swiftly, the Gay Agenda, when you pull this up, you guys will see what you're seeing now, to basically show that this is something that's been already orchestrated. They have also a lot of these things going on. So I don't want you kids to think that you was born this way. A lot of you wasn't born this way. Now, for those who've been molested, or whatever may be the case when you was a child, I get it. I understand. And yet, it's still not your fault. But we have people who are orchestrating these things and doing such things to actually make these things come into play, make these things come into existence. And you all need to realize that. So don't never think that you was born that way, because you're not. In the laws of creation, it's either male or female. When you look at the animal species, which scientifically was here first, right? You see that the Creator made a distinct look between the two. Some have their masculinity, some don't. That shows you the difference between the male and female, so the animals are not confused. If the animals are not confused, why is it that you are confused? What have made us confused? Because the animal's not confused, and they're closest to the nature. So when you start seeing the animals confused, that means something has occurred. When we dealing with this liquid stuff, just like they got Viagra, if you can't get it up, you can't get a, stiffy, right? You get the Viagra. Not to tell you to take the Viagra, but I'm just giving you a description of what liquids can do. What it can do into your body once it dissolves the chemicals. So don't ever think it's your fault, because this is an agenda that has craftily, meticulously slid into the society without none of us knowing what has happened. Now, I'm kind of upset with YouTube, because for some reason, YouTube constituents, they want the kids to be what they're trying to make them to be. So when you have this generation coming up, this is what's going on. And yeah, you have constituents who are block certain, topics, so on and so on. Well, why they not blocking everybody else topics? Because they saying the same thing. But the thing of it is, what they're saying, it's like they can use that because it's in a gray area. So it can be either or. Mine is straight to the point. No gray area. I don't leave room for gray areas, because they use the gray area, and that's why they will promote what they will promote, because it's something flaw that they recognize in their topics. So here we go. But anyway, I just wanted to pull that back up because, as I stated before, if you're like that, that's on you. The only problem we have is because they're trying to spill it over on our side of the table. That's when the problem comes in now. Like, if you want people to be that way, you let them be that way. Keep your own society, keep your own stuff. You can create your own world, just like they have made our world. Guns, drugs, and violence. You see, our world is separate than other people's world. Other people don't bring their society or their world into our world, nor do they want us to bring our world, what have become us, over into their world. Because when we start bringing our world, guns, drugs, and violence, spilling in over on there, they understand the effect of it. So they don't want that on their world, in their world. So this goes to play it's the same as why you spreading that stuff in our society. Why you doing it? So apparently you want us to behave that way because most of them are like that. Those who are in those positions of power to do that, they are like that. They hate men, they hate women, so they're both. This is what I've concluded. So it's all right for them to spill their madness, their weirdoism onto our side of the table. We didn't ask for that, but you're going to make us accept that. But you can't, or you don't want no one to accept our life. And we can exclude the guns, drugs, and the violence. We can just say being thugs, being rugged, being niggas. You don't want that into your world. You have the police to protect that. So you have the police to murder us. But yet you can spill your weirdoism onto our table. And we have nothing to say about it. So we do pray that the Lord send another virus. We praying. Regardless of not if somebody cooked it up in a laboratory, whatever it may be the case. We understand the power. We understand who made so and so and so to give you the wisdom and knowledge to do that. We understand that. So we praying for another virus, another plague to take place. For the evilness that these people are doing. Because they feel they can't be touched. But as another country begins to rise, perhaps they be the ones who the Lord raised up, just like he raised them up to overthrow them. Don't underestimate the power, because there's another country rising, and he will give them power to rise, to even bring his judgment upon you. And we understand that. Because they want the power too now. And when the God puts that into their heart, then we already know what it is. Holla.